Ramey, it's on. It is King of the Mountain. I got to tell you, I'm so excited. This event has been exciting me for months, but to be here and for this to be happening right now today, it's almost too much, dude. It's awesome.
It's kind of crazy here, isn't it?
It is.
They're getting a ton of runs, a lot of big horsepower down there. We're having a great day.
Yeah, you say a ton of runs. We've already run 845 runs as of like 20 minutes ago. These guys are going to get over 1,000 runs today, and it's only day one.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah, 2,000 runs for King of the Mountain, then the 32 car shootout for $10,000 or $12,000. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, you know, 10 grand is just unheard of in the autocross community. You know, we're used to hearing those numbers in drag racing and everything, but for an autocross event to be bringing that kind of money is, like I said, it's absolutely unprecedented. And for you guys to step up and do that is a pretty impressive deal.
Yeah, I was talking to a few of the competitors, and they're having fun anyway, and then $10,000 is just a bonus at the end.
Yeah, you know, I heard from several people who are big name autocrossers in the pro touring community who have never been to an event here, and they said, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. Mary Posey said, I have never had this much fun at an event, and it was only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, come on, we have a whole day and a half left still.
Crazy.
I know, it's going to be awesome.
She flew the whole way from California. It's awesome.
Yeah, to race one of the Speedway Camaros.
Yep.
It's a pretty good deal.
It is.
She's a fly-in girl right now.
Arrive and drive, we call it.
Yes, I know. That makes her a pro.
Yeah. So shout out to Mary Posey. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm lucky. I get to race with her a lot on the West Coast, but you guys don't see her as much out here, so it is cool to see the mix that has shown up for this event.
Yes, we have time attack guys, grid life track battle.
Yep.
SCCA national champs. Awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no shortage of a mix. If you're just tuning in and you haven't seen what cars are out here, we literally have some little weirdo Subaru van thing that's like on a Legends chassis. We have imports of all kinds. We have LS3 powered Miata, Corvettes up the wazoo, Camaros, Mustangs, you name it. It's here. A Tesla, for the love of God. I mean, who thought?
The Tesla's crazy. John Laughlin, the silent assassin.
Yeah.
So Laughlin actually is in the top 10 now.
I know, which is cool. Let's go over the top 10 because it's a pretty cool list right now.
Yeah, I think your list is updating, so let's take a look at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now in the number 1 position is Ryan Finch with a 29.304. Brandon Randvek, you talked about, you know, grid life. He's in the number 2 spot with a 29.334. Just 30 thousandths of a second separating those guys. Paul Curley with a 29.5. So another awesome dude.
Paul Curley in a borrowed car.
Yeah.
So his dad was kind enough to loan him a vet, and Paul's had a little fire accident there.
Yeah.
And Curley in the top 3.
Yeah,
great story.
He burnt his car to the ground basically, and so really a cool deal to have him back here. Justin Peachy with a 29.5. Danny Pop, who I think everybody thinks is a favorite in any race that he attends, is only in the number 5 position. I say only because it's Danny Pop.
So I want to go back to Peachy a second.
Yeah.
So Peachy is coming on strong. He's actually a local guy here.
Right.
He won the July Autocross Challenge, earned an invite.
Yeah, and just a super nice guy. And honestly, I think in July it surprised him that he did as well against that group of cars, which was kind of fun to see because it showed the guy wasn't real. I mean, he's confident, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't so cocky that he automatically thought he was making it in. I thought that was pretty neat.
Pretty cool story.
Brian Peters is in the number 6 position with a 29.6.
Yep.
And Sam Strano, we had to talk about him. He's one of our sponsors out here this weekend. Has been instrumental in you guys laying out courses here and everything else with a 29.7.
Yep, so stranoparts.com, actually about 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And it's important to note, Sam did not pre-drive the course. So we had a lot of spies here making sure that didn't happen.
Right.
And so Sam just stood there, and he did not pre-drive the course.
That's pretty good. If he did and he was in the number 7 spot, we'd rip on him.
Yep.
Just saying. Danny Cal in the number 8 spot in that GTR with a 29.7.
Yep.
And then Eric Fleming in the number 9 spot with a 29.8. And John Laughlin, like you said, the silent assassin with a 29.8. The thing you will notice about the top 10, they are the only ones that are in the 29-second zone. All 10 of the top 10 in the 29s.
Yep. So good story about Eric Fleming. So he actually destroyed a car at Road Atlanta.
Right.
And so brand new build.
Yep.
And cracking the top 10 here at King of the Mountain.
You know, and we're talking about hardships out here. We've already had some drama out here, some crazy repair work going on. Tell everybody at home, you guys gave somebody the keys to the shop and said, go fix your junk, and they did.
Yeah, one of the sponsors, Viking Performance, has Jeremy Swenson here. Jeremy blew a throwout bearing.
Yeah.
And no one's at the shop today. We have a skeleton crew. Actually, all of us are here playing
Yeah.
in the office, but the other people are hard at work at the shop.
Yeah.
So I guess I shouldn't say no one.
Yeah.
2/3 of the people are still at the shop. We're here playing.
Right.
But anyhow, Jeremy grabbed a lift. I don't know whose tools he used. Maybe UMI Roger, UMI Nate, maybe mine.
Right.
Not sure. Hopefully he put them all back.
Right.
But he had the whole drivetrain out of that thing. And he just texted me about a half hour ago, and he should be on track right now.
He got back. He just pulled in right before we came up here, and that thing sounded like it was fine, and
Yep.
he let the clutch in and out several times, so I know it's working now, and I have a feeling that a guy like that isn't going to let anything slow him down.
Yeah, Swenson was walking the track last night, and he kept saying $10,000, $10,000. So he's laser focused on the King of the Mountain 32 car shootout.
You know, everybody's got laser focus this morning, and yet it's been really entertaining to see everybody having fun.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the Emily Whitehead Foundation bake sale here.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously charity is a big deal at your events, and I love that. That's one of my favorite things about these. But everybody's over there buying brownies and cookies and all kinds of things. If I had to list off all the things I've eaten this morning, it'd be like 20. My blood sugar level is like at 9,000 RPM right now. But
So you're either talking or eating.
yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it.
I saw Jason Brady, K5 Race Blazer,
Yes,
bring you an entire bag of goodies.
dude. In fairness, he brought the bag, opened it, and said, "Grab what you want."
Yep.
I was good, and I only grabbed one thing out of it. But yeah, Jason put a $20 bill down
Yep.
and filled a shopping bag, which was cool. Then we had Al Noe from Summit Racing Equipment, who was out here on site. Al's a great guy I've known for years. Awesome dude.
Yep.
Part of the great Summit Racing family. And Al brought a bunch of $25 gift certificates for Summit Racing Equipment.
He did.
And it was funny. So he gives you one. You bring it over, said, you know, the next person who, you know, buys anything at the bake sale gets this. I raised the stakes and made it the next person that spent $5.
Right.
So 2 different people, including Jason Brady, gave it back. Okay,
Yep.
Mark Golovin was the first one to get it.
He came over with his helmet on.
Yes. So he runs over, spends $5, gets the snacks, hands me the gift certificate back, says give it away again. Do the same thing. Brady grabs $20 worth of stuff, gives the certificate back, and we gave it right back with another $5 purchase. And it's happened several times. It's been pretty cool.
And we still have more Summit Racing gift cards to give away.
Oh yes, we'll be giving away more stuff, I promise you.
Okay, so on the bubble, we got a couple guys trying to dig for the lap time award top.
Yeah.
So
And the way that this works, let's remind everybody. So the top 10 today and tomorrow, combined time,
Yep.
are the top 10 in the shootout. That's it,
They're
done. Based on ET, that's how it works.
Yep.
There are other ways that the 11 through 20 and 21 through 30 are going to be chosen, and we'll
Yep.
tell you about that in a little while. But the bump becomes important because these are all the guys that are right there knocking on the 29-second door.
Yep. So we have Bradley Yonkers, who's actually co-driving the fastest car on the block here with Ryan Finch.
Yep.
So Matthew Braun. So he's no stranger to winning. He's
Oh,
in the
no.
ABC Performance Chevelle.
And it's a cool car.
Tony G. Joe Gregory. Joe's always fast.
Yep.
And Robbie Unser.
And Chris
Speedway car.
Jacobs. Yeah.
Chris Jacobs.
And
Fluffy.
And Fluffy. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you know, for Robbie Unser to be in the number 14 spot shows you just how tight this field is.
Yeah.
It's been interesting because it's been fun to watch, and it's really interesting to see how the car setup for other events is affecting them here, right? So while a bunch of people have just come out, they're running their car, and they just keep making lap after lap, there are about half the field that have them up on jack stands between every run, and they're in there tweaking shocks, changing settings. Tony G was trying to put down more power, so they went and changed the rear mounting location of the lower, trailing arms on that Chevelle in order to change the instant center and get that thing in a different spot so they could put more power to the ground, or at least that's the thought process, and we'll see how it works.
Yeah, so Tony G and Matthew Braun have one of the fastest Chevelles in the nation, so
oh yeah,
pretty cool car.
Yeah, and those guys are great, and I've been all around the country with them over the years, and they're just super fun to be around. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So after we lock in the top 10, so we talked about Finch, Ranvet, Curly, Peachy, those guys. So we also have the second 10.
Yes.
So they have the Akron Sports Car Club, who's doing the timing, set up a speed trap near the finish, and so they're checking the mile an hour on the cars. So we got rid of the 10. They're already locked. Pretend they're already locked in.
Yep.
We got some interesting people in the mile an hour category.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, some of these surprised me. I told you.
This is pretty cool. First shout out, Aaron Oberly.
Yeah, dude.
We have
62 mile an hour.
Yep, we have some mass black label power in that baby.
Oh yeah.
And so Aaron Oberly and the Grandpa doing great.
Yep.
Doing great. We have the Chicken Hawk, Tyler Hawkins.
Which, okay, that car is not, it's not one of the faster cars out here. Really, it isn't. It's mid-pack. But as far as ET goes,
yep,
it's not one of the quickest, but it is one of the fastest cars out here.
That is the Magnuson.
Yep.
Available at sponsor, Hawks Motorsports.
Absolutely.
So Hawks can do anything you need for that 4th gen, or all generations, no limitations.
Yeah, they have got cool stuff, and he's a great guy. Tyler's awesome.
Yep, so Chicken Hawk there, and then shout out here to Tom Farrington. I noticed a trend here, another masked black label action.
Yeah, and another Chevelle, by the way.
So,
yeah, the A-body is definitely representing out here today.
Yep. Great job for Tom. And we got Pat Duncan in the 3rd gen.
Yep.
Big tire 3rd gen. Robbie Unser.
Yeah, who is not only right there in the number 14 spot, trying to get into the 29s in order to be in that top 10, but also definitely in the hunt on mile an hour. So really, if you're Robbie, you're feeling pretty good right there, because you know
ways
that,
to get in.
Yeah, and you know that both of these matter for tomorrow as well. We're talking about today, folks, but you cannot forget it is Friday. Tomorrow we run all day long in order to cement all of these positions. None of these are final until we get to about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, at which point we will start cementing all 32 spots and then go on to the actual $10,000 shootout.
Yep. Then next on the mile an hour, we have Jake Glover, local hero, Pittsburgh-based SCCA racer, has a 4th gen, UMI equipped, and also Strano parts equipped. And
dude, a cool car to watch go around the racetrack. He looks really, 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 really slow. And that's because he's so smooth. And it's one of those things where you look at a car sometimes going around the racetrack and it's smooth as fast, and that is the perfect example.
Yep. Team UMI driver Mike Stewart, his car looks actually quite a bit like Jake Glover's, another red. It's a Firebird Formula, I believe.
Yep.
New power plant, must be making big power. He's number 5 on the trap speed.
Mike Stewart also right there. Jeff Cleary in that really, really cool Nova. Cleary's Nova, I love that thing. I gotta tell you, him and Billy Utley have beautiful Novas that are out here, and I love watching both of them go around the racetrack.
So it's like a show car, but apparently it's fast.
Yeah, apparently.
So good job for Jeff Cleary. And then we had Grandpa earlier. We have Grandma. Dan Ballard.
Yeah, Dan Ballard, another Nova. This one, the pale yellow tan, sort of butternut yellow color, that thing running 60 mile an hour as well. The truth is the mile an hour vary only by like 1/10 of a mile an hour. It's kind of crazy. And another guy in the catbird seat, so to speak, Tony G, driving the Chevelle, also in mile an hour.
So could we see a second co-drive in the King of the Mountain shootout? So it looks like we might have Finch and Yonkers.
Possible.
Co-driving the Beamer.
Yep.
But will we have Tony G and Matthew Braun?
It'd be interesting, because what happens is as you get into later rounds, it is theoretically possible, depending on how they ladder, for them to have to race each other. That would be a really, really interesting way to run this, and we'll just have to see how it pans out.
Yep. So the third way we get in is with consistency.
Yeah, and that one's pretty exciting to me. I got to tell you, being fast and making one glory run is cool. Don't get me wrong, but if you can't do it consistently, you're not going to go very far round after round in the shootout.
Yeah.
So having a way to get in by being consistent really can intimidate somebody. You could be the guy that only varies by 0.4 of a second across all your runs and go up against a guy that maybe is a half a second quicker than you are. But if that person is not very consistent, then they're going to wonder, they're going to worry because they know that you're going to nail it every single time, and that's pretty critical.
Yep. So one of the goals for King of the Mountain is we wanted to give local people a chance. We wanted to give, just the pro touring crowd, everyone gets a chance.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets a trophy though.
No.
Only the fastest get the trophy, but everyone at least gets a chance to make it into the shootout.
Oh yeah.
So we have some guys that can run the same lap time every time. We have some girls that can run the same lap time every time. So what we're going to do, since we got so many runs from Akron Sports Car Club,
oh yeah,
we're going to take 12 runs. We're going to ditch the worst 2.
Yep.
And then get the range of the 10 runs.
So in other words, the 2 that are the farthest away from the middle, basically, are going to be the 2 that they throw away.
The 2 slowest.
Oh, your 2 slowest.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So basically, if you cone twice.
Yeah.
And no other time, that's
right.
Pretty good.
Well, yeah, but not if you have one really fast lap and only one crummy one.
Yeah.
Then that could mess it up. So that'll be interesting.
That's a little bit of a flaw. So we do have a little bit of mind games going on down
there. That's it. Because
every
time you do something like this, you have to have and there's a ton of ways to calculate it. So you got to play the game.
Yep.
And people are starting to do that. There are some guys down here that are going, ooh, my average is great right now. I don't want to mess this up.
Yep.
I know I can't move up a lot, so I don't want to screw it up by getting out of my range, so I'm going to hang tight. It's all about the strategy.
Like running number and drag racing, maybe.
Absolutely. Completely. We couldn't do this without great sponsors either. Obviously, we're here at UMI Motorsports Park, but without guys like Turn 1 who are actually here on site offering support for the racers as well. Yep. Really love those guys, Bowler, Viking. We got a great list of companies there.
Yeah, Jeff and Lisa from Turn 1 are down there. If you have any questions about your steering, they can help you.
Oh, yeah.
So they design the stuff, and all the UMI cars are on Turn 1, and it lasts forever.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty awesome stuff. About half the field probably has a Bowler transmission.
Right.
They just shift great and work every time.
Oh, absolutely.
So we actually got a guest spot with ProTouring.com, one of the track sponsors.
Yeah.
So Pro Touring, Tim King and I are, admins now.
Yeah.
So we've been flying the drone, doing some Facebook Live and like that.
Yeah.
So Pro Touring is your news source for all this stuff.
Which is awesome.
Great.
And great group of guys over there. We love that. ProTouring.com, no question. Forgeline, if they're here on site. If you want the single greatest wheels in the history of Pro Touring, there is no other. Come on. The Shards are great people, awesome family-run business. Forgeline's been around for a very long time, but their family history, their family heritage goes well beyond Forgeline. Their family owned Dayton Wire wheels for decades and decades before. They've been doing wheels arguably longer than anybody in the industry, and it shows.
When we got our first set of forge lines, when they're spinning on the balancer, it doesn't even look like they're moving.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's creepy how good they are.
Yeah. We probably have about 20 sets of Bear brakes on site.
Yeah.
So if you're going fast, you got to stop.
Yeah.
Right? So Bear, one of the track sponsors. So basically, you're flying and you step on that pedal, you're stopping.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff from Bear. Ron Francis wiring. So a lot of these muscle cars, wiring's a little sketchy.
Old.
So the UMI cars, wiring's not sketchy.
Yeah.
Ron Francis.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of a pain to deal with wiring the car sometimes. It becomes an issue, a lot of people don't want to deal with. Get a good wiring system and it takes some of the guesswork and a lot of the hassle out of it, and you'll end up with an installation that goes well and ends up with a car that's going to last and not have issues.
Yep. We have, in the top 10, we have the old 18-time national champ, Sam Strano.
Yep.
So track sponsor, StranoParts.com. So Sam sells parts for everything here at the track.
Yeah.
Equipment, cars, anything.
Yeah.
If you want to go fast, you call Sam.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned 18-time national champion. There are a lot of autocross championships in this paddock, Mary Posey's won 11 of them.
Brian Peters is here.
Yeah.
Matthew Braun.
Yeah. There's, probably 8 or 9 national champions here out of the 60 some odd cars. It's a pretty cool deal.
Yep.
Want to thank Shed World. I thought Shed World was only sheds. It turns out they sell stuff that'll go in your shed, like side-by-sides. I want one.
Side-by-sides. Yep. And all the go-karts, golf carts, golf-carts,
Yeah.
whatever we've been doing wheelies on.
Yeah.
Is what
Are we allowed to talk
we're
about
not
the
allowed.
wheelies?
Sorry.
Insurance.
Yes, sorry.
No
So,
wheelies happen here.
And so we have UMI King of the Mountain presented by Visit Clearfield County.
And I got to tell you, I have to give major kudos to the Visit Clearfield County folks. This is a great organization that is all about promoting tourism in Clearfield County. And if you haven't been in this part of the country, it's gorgeous up here. I mean, it's truly beautiful. We're expecting to have a high of like 76 degrees today. It's been overcast, but still beautiful. Tomorrow is much the same. Like, summers here are not hot. They're just beautiful. The countryside is gorgeous. And these guys are not all about like telling you have to go here or there or everywhere and pushing stuff. They just want you to come anywhere in Clearfield County for vacations and for your events. And they've been so welcoming. I have to tell you, I'm impressed. I go to a lot of places, and this is a small community. It doesn't feel like it. It feels really big. It feels really professional. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. And we got 2 more charities to talk about.
Yes.
So we talked about Emily Whitehead Foundation.
Absolutely.
And we have ALS Association, Western Pennsylvania.
Yep.
A little swear bucket.
Yes. Now, I have to say, I know that the ALS Foundation is very close, near and dear to your heart. It is to mine as well. Had a very good friend of ours who suffered from ALS for years, used to go on power tour with us. Just a great guy. It's a very evil disease. It is horribly, horribly cruel disease. We're doing everything we can to raise some good money here.
Yep.
And one of the things that's cool about that is, you guys have created this really family-friendly, fun environment racetrack,
Yep.
right? Want everybody to have a good time.
No profanity.
Yes, that is one of the rules, and I will admit freely, and everybody that knows me knows that is tough for me. It is also tough for Mary Posey and tough for some of the other racers. So we have put their mouths to good work by making everybody pay penalties. It's like the swear jar in your house, right? Where you got to put a quarter in if your kid says something bad. We've taken it to a whole new level, and at the last 2 events, we've raised more than $5,000 per event in total, and half of that goes to the Emily Whitehead Foundation, the other to ALS. It is really, really fun. It's a way to take something that we really don't like and make it into a positive and really treat it well. Guys get down there and challenge each other to matching funds and all this. I have to tell you, being a part of that, I love that aspect of this. Giving somebody 10 grand to win this event, having all these, really cool race cars here is one thing, but being able to walk away from this event and know that we did something good beyond that, seriously, it makes everybody feel good. There's nothing wrong with that.
You just mentioned the 10 grand again.
Yeah.
So we have a third charity that we picked up the last event.
I know.
So I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'll cry.
Yeah.
But
well, and you're in spina bifida, and we're talking about. So we have a racer here who is just a great father, has a very young child, infant child, who has been impacted by spina bifida. And so when we got to the event last month where you could win your way in here to King of the Mountain, we also had one entry that was going to be a giveaway. And Alicia had the idea we should auction it off. And quite frankly, I think everybody thought it would go for $300 or $400, right? And we got there in a hurry.
That escalated quickly, as they say.
Quickly. We got into a bidding war between one guy who wanted to get in bad and one guy who wanted to do something charitable. And we'll talk about this more throughout the weekend, but ultimately $1,300 was the bid for this entry. And so we have Macaulay, who is driving for the $10,000 win in that LS3 powered Miata we talked about earlier. That car is fast. Macaulay is awesome in it.
Local hot shoe.
Yeah, and he's a badass. I mean, seriously a badass. If he wins the entire $10,000 is going to spina bifida research.
Yep.
And I mean, dude, seriously, that's 10 grand.
Maybe we'll give Jeremy like a Summit gift card or something if he donates all that.
For 25 or 30 bucks. Yeah, you know, something like that. But it's exciting to see there are all these people who run in a lot of series, right? Big names who have won lots of events. You know, you got Randbeck, you got Mary Posey, you got Danny Pop. All of these people who have been there, who have won, you know, names like Unser. All of these guys have won big events throughout their careers, and every one of them has a level of excitement about winning 10 grand.
Yeah.
That's really cool to see.
So this,
I think it's going to be special, dude. I think it's going to be a big deal. I think we're going to have a lot more drama, a lot more excitement than anybody realizes right now. It is only, what, 3/4 of the way through day one. We're at 900 and something runs by now. We're expecting over 1,000 today. We are going to have a different racetrack tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, so
different
the race
configuration.
Yes, different configuration tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit longer, which may benefit some of the bigger power cars tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll see how that works out. I got to tell you, I think it's a bigger track will hurt the BMW, but I think it will not hurt Randbeck as much. That Turbo Evo has so much power. I don't think that's going to hurt it, so I think he's the guy to watch. But I think some of the other guys with big power Corvettes, you're going to watch them move up a little bit, and it'll be very interesting. And, oh, by the way, a different track in the shootout tomorrow night as well.
Yep. So we have track B tomorrow.
Right.
And the shootout track is track B plus 0.1.
Right.
So a little trickery there maybe, and we're going to run 32 cars under the lights for 10 grand.
And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to stay tuned, watch the live timing. Go to the UMI King of the Mountain Facebook page, and you can see the link for the live timing so you can track it even when we're not live here on Facebook. And there are some twists that are coming tomorrow night during the shootout. You're going to want to watch. There's going to be lots of drama. There's going to be suspense. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm right here in the middle of it. I would be killing myself if I was at home and didn't get to be here to watch.
Pretty exciting.
It's going to be good. All right, Ramey, I want to say thank you to you guys. You know, I love the UMI family. You guys have been awesome to me. It is an absolute pleasure to be here for my 3rd event now. I love this facility. It's a long way from home, but it is super cool. It's always good being with you guys. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Visit Clearfield County. Thank you to all the UMI staff. We'll be back doing more live tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
And,
stay tuned.
6 o'clock is a recap.
Oh, that's right.
And we'll announce 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yes.
And we'll announce the top 32.
Right. And then we go straight into the shootout at 7 o'clock tomorrow night,
Yeah.
I believe, or
the racing
7:30.
action will be around 8 once it's dark.
Yes.
We won't be under the lights.
Yes, and so make sure that you are paying attention to Facebook, because when we do the recap, it's going to let you know who those 32 are. Oh, we forgot to mention, we told you how the 30 were chosen, but there's 2 more that Ryan Kirkwood gets to pick.
Yep. You and my president, Ryan Kirkwood.
Yes, and I am hoping he picks weird things, because there are weird cars here. We have weird.
There's some good stories.
Yes.
There's some inspirational stories.
Yes.
And I wouldn't want to be Ryan right now.
No, heck no. I don't want to be. That's just one.
I usually don't.
Yeah.
That's
I know, we said that both at the same time.
And don't you have a website?
I do. Bangshift.com. If you are looking for fun each and every day, go to Bangshift.com. We have lots of content up. And we are actually going to be doing some little mini features on some of the cars that are here over the next week or so. So you'll get to see some of the, like, a little more detail and a little more in and out. And we'll probably be doing some Facebook Live sort of features as well tomorrow. So hang tight, watch for that stuff on Bangshift.com. Make sure you're here on the UMI Facebook page. Lance is doing an awesome job. He's got everything all handled. The technology is working well. Also, give us feedback. If you'd like to see even more in-depth racing action from UMI events in the future, let us know, because we may be bringing that to you. It'll depend on your feedback.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you later. Right now, more cars running around the racetrack.
Let's race.
Yes. I dropped the mic.
How
Just
expensive
saying.
is that?
Cool. It's a
Just
mic
saying.
drop. Hashtag mic drop.
Yes.
I've got to switch it, but I think the GoPro may have died out there.
Oh no. All right.